Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Anna Pelkin. I'm the country manager for TikTok in Israel. Really excited to be here today. And I want to talk to you about how entertainment is a significant power, a driver of impact, and how understanding these new customers' expectations, their behaviors, can actually lead to significant business growth. So the way we watch, the way we consume entertainment, and even what is considered to be entertainment, has fundamentally changed in recent years. In the past, we would gather in front of the TV at 8 p.m. with comfy clothes and snacks with our entire family and watch the TV show that was broadcast to us. And in between, we watched ads. But today, it's prime time all the time. Entertainment is quite literally at the tip of our fingertips. An average Israeli spends over 12 hours a day in front of a screen. We consume entertainment on our way to a doctor's appointment, or when we are on our way to the office even, or even in the elevator where we are trying to maybe not say hello to someone that we don't want to interact with. But as company leaders, as marketeers, we have so many touch points with our clients throughout the day, so we shouldn't waste these opportunities to connect with them. And right now, we're seeing the biggest shift in how people interact with entertainment. And it's very different than how we have traditionally thought about it. Because entertainment is not just laughter or drama, it's embedded into the fabric of our lives. It's discovery, it's education, it's impactful, and it's actionable. Let me show you what this typically looks like. And these days, entertainment is part of my routine from the moment I wake up. I've been kickstarting my day with some yoga stretches. I research new AI tools when I want to enhance my professional skill set. As a vegetarian, I've been getting so much inspiration from easy-to-follow, colorful video recipes. And in the evening, I still like to unwind in front of the TV, watching a TV show, or just yesterday, watching our very own Yuval smash it at the Eurovision, as probably most of you did. But entertainment doesn't end when I turn off the TV, because I can connect to TikTok and share my experience with like-minded community of fans. I can see commentary, I can see rare behind-the-scene footage, so I get the 360 experience. We're now at a new era of entertainment. For consumers, this means more choice and more content consumption. For brands, this means more media fragmentation. The challenge to capture the user's attention has never been greater. But when we are able to get their attention, it really pays off, big time. A 2023 Australian study called The Triple Opportunity of Attention shows that high attention platforms drive deeper business results. 76%, the audience is more likely to engage with our content. Campaigns are almost 50% more likely to be memorable, meaning people remember our brand, they remember our messaging. And most importantly, high attention platforms are 67% more likely to drive significant business impact. So in other words, attention equals ROI. High attention platforms like TikTok don't just get seen, they get remembered. And when people remember, they act. But not all attention is equal. Attention comes in different shapes depending on the format, on the platform, on the target audience. Think of it like an attention amusement park. You have the high attention platforms like roller coasters driving deep engagement. You have your Ferris wheels driving moderate attention, providing a steady, low-key experience. And you have your low attention platforms providing a brief, lighter, yet enjoyable touch. But not every ride has to be a roller coaster. Every platform eventually is confined to the limits of the attention that it is able to provide. But how do we break through these limits? By using creativity. Think of creativity as the secret sauce that can elevate any platform. So for high attention platforms, creativity can make the ride unforgettable. And for low attention platforms, it can make even a carousel ride really worth remembering. Short-form video equals high attention. And unlike platforms where users really just simply check in, on TikTok, they are really locked in. And this is due to a combination of personalized, multi-sensory experience. And this is driven by a really powerful algorithm combined with full user control. And attention is a key ingredient, but alone, it's not enough. Because attention without great content is like being given the spotlight and having nothing to say. You have to spark a conversation. You have to entertain. You have to inspire. Because in a world where everything is skippable, you have to actually entertain people to get their attention. So how do you become unskippable? Let's talk about the holy trinity of attention, emotion, and distinctiveness. How do you grab the attention in those critical first few seconds? So first, by using real people. Because real interaction, authentic interaction, immediately generates trust. Second, suspense. Spark curiosity by using unexpected storylines. And thirdly, trends. If done correctly, trends are the easiest way to be culturally relevant and also create a really strong hook. So now that we've caught the attention, how do we keep users engaged? By connecting to their emotions. We have to make them feel something, whether it's joy or inspiration. But when users are engaging with us on an emotional level, the message really sticks. And this is the exact difference between just an ad versus a personalized experience. And lastly, be the hero of your own story. Because if done correctly, your users will happily watch you celebrate your brand or your product or your service. What you need to do is to add to their experience, not distract from it. For example, two brands that are doing a really good job are Duolingo and Scrub Daddy. So traditionally, these two brands are not necessarily coming from the most creative of industries, right? So one is a service that is used in an app, and the other one is a kitchen sponge. But both companies discovered that by giving their logos the life of their own, by allowing them to entertain, to celebrate the creativity, they can actually entertain millions of people, many of whom are their potential customers. And both companies are doing really well. Because when content resonates with us on a deeper level, it drives action. And one example of this is the financial industry, which is not necessarily the go-to example of a traditional industry that has been transformed. And maybe you're used to thinking about the financial industry as being a bit gray or complicated or boring. But the combination of Gen Z with short-form video have completely transformed this industry, creating and making it social, fun, complicated content is actually being explained and shared. Let's see a quick example.
These are 3 stocks that I buy every single month. Stock number 1 is an ETF called VFV, which is Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF. By buying 1 share of this ETF, you get fractions of the 500 largest companies in the United States. Stock number 2 is another ETF called VUG, which is Vanguard's Growth ETF.
I think you get the point. And small businesses can also thrive by being creative on TikTok and providing added value. This is an example of Amanda and Kiki Anderson, two sisters that had a lifelong dream of opening a kids cafe in Connecticut. And so they documented their journey on TikTok, and the community fell in love with them. And so finally, when the cafe was indeed opened up, the business thrived because the community showed up to show their support. They really wanted to be a part of the end result. And there is room for niche cultures that are making their way to mainstream as well. So be it design trends like cottagecore, or even creators that are bringing the back to basic trend, making it popular again, making their own meals from scratch, or making even butter, mozzarella, or Coca-Cola completely from scratch. And TikTok transformed the travel industry as well. Recent studies show that 35% of Americans has traveled somewhere just in the recent year, a destination that they have discovered on TikTok. And I remind you, we have over 1 billion users. So this number is really significant. Now, to summarize, this is the real power of impactful entertainment. Because when users choose to interact with your content, with your brand, you gain not just their attention, but their loyalty. And so the future of marketing is not disruption, it's value. Thank you very much.